Hi, I'm Innes, and today I'm going to take you on a trip around Scotland to find out all about careers in space. Did you know that there are more and more jobs being created in the space industry in Scotland every year? But don't worry if you don't fancy becoming an astronaut. You can have a career in the space industry without having to leave the atmosphere or having to travel very far from home. In Glasgow, for example, they make more small satellites than anywhere else in the world outside of California. And here, in Forres, in that building behind me, is Orbex, a high-tech, top-secret workshop where they manufacture orbital launch vehicles, which is a technical term for what you and I know as space rockets. But how do we get rockets into space? That brings me here, to this area in the northwest Highlands, near the small villages of Tongue and Durness. Right here on the land behind me, plans are taking shape for the building of Space Hub Sutherland. Up to 12 rockets will be launched from here every year as part of a development backed by Highlands and Islands Enterprise and the UK Space Agency. And as we get closer to the first launch, we are expecting to see some really cool space jobs being created here and in other parts of the Highlands and Islands. Let's meet a couple of people who are already working in this sector. First off is Liam, who works for a company called Spire and designs satellites for a living.
We use small satellites in orbit and a big kind of constellation around the Earth to kind of track maritime, planes, weather forecasting, soil moisture. So data that can really help humanity. One day I might be working on a very complex deployable, so deployable antennas or deployable solar arrays. On another day I might be working on some kind of internal mechanics.
Now let's go talk to Anya, who is an expert in meteorites at the University of Glasgow.
My PhD is all about searching for signs of life in meteorites from Mars. So these are rocks that have been ejected from the Martian surface by massive asteroids or other meteorites, and they've been flown off Mars, floated around in space for a while, and eventually landed on Earth, and I get to fire X-rays and lasers at them to see, does Mars have the ingredients for life? Scotland punches above its weight massively in the space sector, and it's why I absolutely love to be here.
This has been such an interesting subject to find out about. Humanity has always been inquisitive by nature. So, as we explore further out into space and rely more and more on data from satellite technology here at home, opportunities in this industry are going to be plentiful. It's predicted that up to 20,000 jobs will be created over the next decade. So, it would seem that the Highlands and Islands, and Scotland in general, really is the best place to be if you want a career in the space sector.